Welcome back to Crossroads Chiropractic and Wellness Center. We've had a chance to review all your information as well as your exam findings, and the good news is that we believe what you have is a chiropractic problem. Now, because it's a chiropractic problem, we want to make sure you understand exactly what chiropractic care is and what it does. You may have been to a chiropractor in the past, but just in case they didn't fully explain it, I'd like to briefly go over a few things. As you may remember from the video on your first visit, chiropractic is not new and it's not experimental. Chiropractic has been helping people for over 100 years. It's now the second largest healthcare profession in the world. One of the most important facets of chiropractic care is that it is 100% natural. Chiropractors understand that the body has an innate or internal ability to heal itself if given the right tools and if interferences are removed. You see, the nervous system controls and coordinates every function in the body, every cell, every tissue, every organ, every process. The nervous system is made up of the brain, spinal cord, and the nerves that exit out of the spine between each vertebrae. If there is any interference with the communication coming from your brain and going to the tissue it controls, it can cause pain, radiating symptoms, and other dysfunction. One of the major parts of your care here will be removing restriction and subluxations, or the joints that are out of place, to keep that communication moving optimally, as well as removing any pressure from pain-sensitive nerves. This is going to help us decrease your symptoms without the use of prescription drugs that only mask the problem. Not only is our goal to reduce pain, but also to increase overall mobility, rehab any soft tissue or muscular imbalances, and stabilize your body to help prevent future aches and pains from starting. The next thing I want to talk about is what caused your symptoms. The problem probably didn't start when you started experiencing pain. Pain is when your body finally gets to a breaking point and can no longer take on the stress you keep placing on it. Most problems build up over months or even years before you feel the pain. Repetitive stress on the body is usually the biggest factor. How you sleep, poor posture at work, staring at your phone, even exercise that's so good for you puts extra wear and tear on the joints and muscles. In most cases, it's a combination of factors all building up over time. My point here is twofold. Number one, you're going to have to work as a team. If you keep doing all the things that caused the problem in the first place, chiropractic care might not be enough. We're going to work with you to try to eliminate or at least reduce the stressors you're placing on your body. This may be through recommendations on how to sleep, posture at work, better lifting techniques, exercises or stretches, icing at home, or even extra therapies in our office. We need you to commit to following our recommendations. Number two, this problem took time to develop and it's going to take time to fix. And just like the pain was the last thing to show in the process, it also may be the first to go before the problem is actually fixed or stabilized. This is the pain model. You can see here everything in red is when you experience pain. This roller coaster line here is when you address the problem just enough to make the pain go away. Maybe you saw a chiropractor for a handful of visits, took over-the-counter prescription drugs, stopped slouching over your computer, etc. The pain went away for a while, and then it came back, and you get caught in a cycle where you're never completely fixing the problem. This line here is showing the progress when you move beyond just removing the pain and actually work towards correcting and stabilizing the problem. This is our goal, to follow this line to the end to promote optimal wellness and not just reduction of pain. Now to the good stuff. What's wrong and how do we fix it? In just a few minutes, somebody will be in to go over your specific exam findings as well as your customized plan to address it. To fix these problems, we're going to recommend a series of adjustments. It's kind of like getting braces. It would be great if you could walk in, they put all the teeth in a straight line, and you walk out. Obviously, it takes time to slowly move the teeth back into place, and the spine is no different. With each visit, we're going to start adjusting your spine back into its proper alignment. but your spine has probably been misaligned for so long, it actually considers that misalignment as normal. We now need to retrain your spine, as well as the muscles, tendons, and ligaments to hold it in the proper alignment. At first, the adjustments won't last very long. Your body will readjust it back to what it's used to. Over time, however, the adjustments will last longer and longer. It'll be a little of 2 steps forward, 1 step back at the beginning, especially if we're addressing multiple symptoms. We've divided your treatment plan into 3 phases. The first phase is pain relief, and our goal is to reduce or eliminate pain. We'll also be applying the same therapies you had on your first visit to supplement your adjustment. Those therapies will help to get some motion into the spine and reduce inflammation and spasm so we can get a better adjustment. We feel confident at the end of this phase you'll be feeling better. This is the point where it is crucial to move to the next phase. Your condition is most fragile at this point because we haven't finished correcting the underlying problem or stabilized it. This is where one wrong move can set you all the way back to where we started. And this is the point where so many start into the pain cycle I showed you before. The second phase of care is correction. We want to make sure that we have corrected the subluxations and underlying problems in your body, as well as correcting postural or other external causes. The final phase of care is stabilization. We want to stabilize your condition to help prevent it from returning to its injured state. Once we consider your condition stabilized, we will move you to wellness care. This phase of care is just as important, if not more, than the others. At this point, you may wonder why we would need you to come in when you're not having any pain. And the truth of the matter is, no matter how many changes you make to your lifestyle, you'll never completely eliminate the stresses you put on your joints. You'll still sit at a computer or stare at your phone, go jogging, trip on the curb, or sleep funny. The list goes on. Life adds up. By catching those problems early, however, our hope is to counteract the wear and tear. This phase of care is much easier to maintain as well, and we'll only need to see you once or twice a month. We'll continually reevaluate throughout your plan to assess whether you are on track. Everybody responds differently to care, but we have treated a lot of patients with similar symptoms to yours, and we are confident this is a good plan for you. In summation, our goal here is wellness and not just pain relief. In order to get you there, we're going to need a few things from you. As I mentioned before, this is a partnership, and for this plan to work as intended, we're going to need you to follow your schedule and make your appointments a priority. Also, we're going to need you to follow our recommendations outside of the office. This may be a change in posture at work or while sleeping. We may recommend icing and stretching at home, as well as rehab exercises, or even extra therapies in our office. These will all be simple things, but it won't be time-consuming. And the better you follow them, the more effective your care will be. In just a moment, someone will be in to go over your exam findings as well as your customized treatment plan. We want to thank you for choosing Crossroads Chiropractic for your wellness journey.